This has gotten a lot worse than we all have thought with the Boston Red Sox. You could probably assume what I'd be talking about in this video. This is Red Sox Digest. I am Sean Barry. Welcome to the video. Before we get into anything, if you are part of the 77.9% that is not subscribed, please make sure you do so. Help us out on our journey to 3,000 subscribers. Now, the Red Sox did win a series at home, concluding yesterday, which was Thursday, against the Texas Rangers. Rafael Devers had his post-game interview with the press, and you probably know what he said. I'm not going to go into a ton of detail. Houston already went on into a bunch of detail in his previous video, so if you want to check that out, please make sure you do so. But Devers, this is a problem that he said the things that he said. I know I'm a ball player, but at the same time, they can't expect me to play every position, which is totally fair. In spring training, they talked to me and basically told me to put my glove away, that he was only going to play DH. That is what we all assumed. That is what we all thought was going to happen with the signing of Alex Bregman this past offseason by the Red Sox. That could be different with Craig's point of view or what he thought and everything. But the thing that really kind of not made me upset, but it really was shocking was Devers did say it was the GM who I spoke to. I'm not sure what he said, what he has with me. He played baseball, and I like to think he knows something about changing positions. Craig Breslow was a MLB vet. He won the World Series with the 2013 Red Sox as a pitcher. He played pretty solid. Wasn't the greatest pitcher of all time, but did get us some pretty good innings throughout that season. Devers is the poster boy for the Red Sox this year, and so far has been pretty much his entire career. Obviously, when we had Mookie and Xander, those guys kind of took the mantle as the guy in Boston for the Red Sox. But right now, it's Devers. He's the guy that people look up to. He's the guy that everybody wants to see succeed and people see as a veteran and everything. That's not the case this time around. A lot of Red Sox players were unhappy with how Rafael Devers is being. So are Red Sox fans, such as myself. He needs to know that everybody wants what's best for the team, and that's just what people think. He could play first base. I personally don't think he should play first base. I don't think he'd be that solid of a first baseman. He was barely solid enough to play third last year, and now we have Bregman, obviously, so we have a better third baseman. Teaching him a position midway through a season is very difficult, obviously, especially with players hitting like at a high caliber level. It's not like Little League where these guys are hitting slow grounders. They're hitting 100 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour off the bat to first or to short, and he's got to learn how to pick that. He's got to learn how to stretch out. He's got to do all that stuff. One player even walked by Devers yesterday. I don't know if it was during his post-game interview or after, and said, "Just stop talking." I've heard a lot of different things and who a lot of different players it could have been. I'm not going to speculate because I don't want to get that wrong, obviously, and I don't want to make the players seem like dicks. But they're kind of right. Just stop talking. It's not your job. Yes, you are a player on this team. Yes, as of right now, your role has been only DH. But it is not your job to, do all this stuff and be so stubborn. You're not a child. You are a MLB vet. You've been in the league for so long. You've won a World Series. You signed an 11-year, $300 million contract with the Red Sox just a few seasons ago. I think that acting like this is not going to get you very far in your career. I think that, obviously, I love Devers, and I love the way he plays, and he's been amazing for us with clutch moments, clutch plays, just a lot of clutch stuff, and he's been, like I said, the poster boy for the Boston Red Sox so far since they got rid of Mookie and Xander. But there could be other guys that step up to that role, such as Jarren, Willier, Alex Bregman, Garrett Crochet, all these different dudes. This says a couple players, veteran players that have been around the league for a long time, were not happy with the situation, with his inflexibility, and have also made that public, and like how he made that public. Um, which is fair. The other players do have a right to be upset because they want what's best for the team and they want good team chemistry, because if you don't play good as a baseball team, you will not perform well at bat, in the field, doing anything at all, because it's such a team sport. If somebody makes an error, you got to pick him up. If somebody says something wrong, you got to pick him up and make sure that he's okay. If somebody is in a slump, you got to make sure he's fine. You got to make sure he's going to be better. Like, but this being like, he's got to stop talking. We're not happy with him right now. That's difficult, and that's obviously something that happens in life, but you need to know your profession, Devers. You need to know that you're a professional athlete and you are not like, and you're just a pawn in a piece of a team that is run by people higher up. Cora, Breslow, Henry, Warner, all these guys basically control what you do on the field, or even play at all, or where you go. That being said, Chris Rose from the Talking Baseball podcast did suggest the Red Sox trade Rafael Devers. I do not know how I feel about that at all. Devers has been difficult, obviously, this year, but he has played pretty solid baseball so far. It's also May, so there's a long season to go. The deadline's in 2 months, 2.5 months almost. So I say, if you want to shop him, you can, but he's a pretty solid DH. I don't see who else we're going to put at DH. Masa, I'm kind of out on the Yoshida experiment. He's been just gone for the whole season so far. He was injured a lot last year. He's obviously not a better hitter than Devers. So I think shopping Devers for, if we can get something really, 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 really solid for him, be my guest. Trade him for a first baseman, a bat, just something that we could get good in return. But I don't want to just fire sale this guy and just get nothing for him, because they've done that before with not paying Mookie Betts the money that he asked for and then trading him for Alex Verdugo, Jeter Downs, and I love Connor Wong, but Connor Wong is a part of that trade as well. There are no Mookie Betts, none of those guys. Neither is Devers, but he's a big name that could potentially give you big players slash prospects if that is what they are shopping for. I don't think they should shop Devers. I think they should see how it plays out until the deadline and then check in on those trade calls. Craig Breslow does have those decisions to make, though. I obviously am not controlling the team. He is. So he can trade Devers in the next 5 minutes if that is what he sees fit. He could trade Devers tomorrow. He could trade Devers in 6 months. Well, yeah, like about 6 months. He could trade Devers in 2 months. He could trade Devers next season. He could there's just a ton of stuff he can do. Um, and I don't know. I just don't want him to hold a grudge. I don't want him to take this very personally with Devers. I just think Devers is kind of fed up with everybody being like, oh, Devers should do this since he's not playing the field. He should do that. Da 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 da. He was upset, yes, that he isn't the third baseman, but Alex Bregman is our guy at third base. I don't think Devers would play a good first base at all, in my opinion. I think he would play either just average or not good at all, because he is a very specific type of fielder, and I don't think he can get those hard scoops or stretch when a throws over to him. I just think he'll have a lot of errors, and it'll just be a mess basically for him this if he plays first. He won't play first. I think it should be somebody else. Rizzo's available. You could trade all these sorts of things. I saw this on Twitter earlier today, and I was like, I don't know. I was kind of confused. I wasn't confused. I was just like, okay, like nothing really. Matt Shaw, okay, that's fine. Newcomb, I do want off the team, so I guess they can trade him, but I don't know. I think we don't need to trade for a third baseman because we have Alex Bregman right now, and people are forgetting that Marcelo Meyer can also play third base. So don't get a third baseman because you have really solid guys such as Bregman and Meyer is going to be a stud. He's like 23, 24, maybe younger than that, honestly. He could play really solid third. Bregman is playing really solid third. This year so far, Devers is playing okay. 6 homers, that's pretty good. 25 RBIs, really solid. 379 on base percentage, that's pretty good. 29 walks, 145 at bats, 37 hits, 1 stolen base, 46 strikeouts. Obviously, at the beginning of the year, he was in a slump and it was really, 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 really ugly. But I just hope they do what's best for the team, and I hope that the team morale gets better with all these guys telling him to stop talking. That is not something that sits well with me. That is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, help us on our journey to 3,000. Please let me know in the comments what you guys think of this whole Devers situation and with the players telling him to stop talking and just all this stuff going on. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Red Sox Digest.